Hey guys, it's Jules here. Today I'm making a different kind of video talking about how to make your piercings work for you. And that pretty much means how to make them look good on your face, what sizes to get, just a whole bunch of piercing information like that because as we all know, a lot of parents, even like older people, I don't know, people sometimes do not see piercings as something beautiful, which obviously I do. And there's reasons for that because some people, let's be honest, they just wear piercings terribly. So this is just kind of my opinion, my advice on how to make your jewelry look good for you so that you can prove people wrong. So this is pretty much just what I did with my piercings. I'm just going to go and start with my nose, I guess. Okay, so for a nostril piercing, it's really important for all piercings in general is the placement. So you want to make sure that you go to somebody who knows where to put it, where it's going to be streamlined with your face. I often see girls who get their nose pierced at a really weird spot, like all the way up here, all the way down here, and it just really doesn't suit their face right, and so people look at it and like it looks strange. So you want to make sure that you get it in a pretty good place. When I originally got my nose pierced, I wanted it to be a little higher up, and the guy was like, no, trust me, like, I'm seeing your face like this. This is how it's going to suit you best. And I was like, well, I trust you. You're a piercer, so go for it. And so he did that, and I'm actually really happy with it. And for a nose piercing, I suggest getting the gem. Get a smaller gem than you think that you would want because it might look small in the little tray, the like where you choose which nose ring you want, but it's going to look a lot bigger on your nose because my cousin got one that was a little bit bigger and you could definitely tell that it was bigger. But if you want a big diamond, go for it, but I think that smaller ones look more streamlined on your face. Sorry. Okay, next, I guess I'll just go with my septum ring. Septum, I think, is one of the most important piercings to get the right size jewelry for your face because people already see it as like an ugly piercing sometimes. A lot of my friends have been like, oh, that's so gross, why would you get that? But like, I mean, I really like it. And I think the key is if you're a girl, if you get smaller gauges, like this is a 16 gauge, it was pierced with a 14 gauge, I felt like that was too thick for my face. So if you like it to look daintier on that scale, then I would suggest 16. 18 is probably too small, so I'll probably say 16. You can get a pierce at a 14 and then wear a 16 when it's healed. But if you're a guy, if you're a girl who just wants to stretch the nose, you know, everyone has their own preferences. Do what you want. But I'm just saying, this is my tips on how I make. I think it looks fine on my face. I'm not trying to like offend anybody here. Because there are people who really want to just have a size 0 in their nose, and you know what? Go for it. But this is just what I did. So then I also have, what is this, 5/16 is the diameter. So that's another important thing. You want to make sure that you get a ring that is not going to be hanging down or one that fits your face properly. So one that you feel comfortable wearing. When I had the 16 gauge and I tried to get the 5/16, the balls, that's also another important thing is the little balls. They were only available in 4 millimeters, so I had to buy a ring with 3 millimeter balls and put it on because I just think that the smaller balls look a lot more subtle on the face. That it just, you keep it dainty because you know I have like 3 piercings on my face, 1 in my tongue, so like I'm not trying to have a whole bunch of clutter on my face, you know? Right. Okay, for the microdermal, this is a really important one. A lot of people, you can get it anywhere pretty much. I've seen people get it up here. I've seen even people get, you know, you can get them all over your face. But for the cheekbone, what I did, I wanted it to have like straight on my cheekbone, but then not next to my eye. This is all personal preference on where you would like it, because I know it's like a different thing if you get it here than here. But I did want it on the cheekbone, so he drew 4 little dots right here. And I looked at it, my friends looked at it, I had the piercer look at it, we talked about it for about 5 minutes, and then I looked at my profile, I looked at it from straight on, and then I chose which one I wanted. So you just have to keep in mind what you're going for, what you really want, and then the placement will come naturally, I think, after that. And the eyebrow, I used to have my eyebrow pierced, you can see I have a little scar. I think that that's a really important one too. If you get an eyebrow ring and the bar is way too long and it's hanging down, then that's not going to look very well. Like, I think with piercings, the the least amount of the bar that you show I think that's going to look the best. So if you have a nose ring that's too long and it's poking out, which has happened to me a million times before, I just don't wear them because I like them to be flush against my nose. Same with the eyebrow ring. When I first got it pierced, it was at 5/16 in length, and then when it started rejecting, which it did happen, which unfortunately, I was wearing 1/4 inch of a ring in there, which is really small, but I mean, that's just the amount of skin it was holding on to. And so I think that's what made it look good. And also think about the color of your jewelry. Like, if you are a silver person, then wear silver. If you like gold, like I'm wearing a gold septum ring right now, I think it looks good. For little gems, I usually get light colored gems. Okay, if you like the color red, go for it, but I think that red gems look like pimples a lot of the time, so definitely steer clear of that. For the tongue, if you're trying to hide it, my advice to you is get it pierced as far back as possible. When they first marked mine, I said, can you move that a little bit further back? And he said, like, no, it wouldn't rest properly on the bottom of my mouth or the top of my mouth. And so he angled it so that the bottom is here and then the top is here. That way, for work or around my parents, I can just talk like this and keep my mouth closed and you can't even tell. So these are really important things to consider when you're getting piercings, because if you consider all of these things, then that's when you're going to end up with something that you really like and that other people like, and so everyone will be happy. For ears, I have stretched ears. That's a whole nother topic to talk about, but just do a size that you think works for you, and definitely take your time, go slow. Don't try and get to 2 inches in 6 months, because that's just not going to happen. Like, you're going to hurt your ears, and that's what's going to look bad. Like, when people blow out their ears or they're really thin, that's when it's starting to look bad. So it's really important that you take care of your piercing and your stretch ears, because that's the way that it's going to look the best. And for my other piercings, I would just say the same things. Like, make sure that you have the right size, the length, diameter. Make sure that you have the right gauge. Make sure that you have the right type of metal. If you're allergic to something and it's making your ear look all red and puffy, that's not cute. So just keep these things in mind. I hope this really helps. If you guys have any questions, let me know, because people have always, I'm not trying to like brag, it's not even bragging, it's just like what people have told me. Whenever I tell one of my friends who are really skeptical about piercings that I'm getting a new piercing, they always go, oh, no, don't get that. And then as soon as I get it, like a couple months later, they're like, wow, you're like the only person that I like that on. And so I just try and tell them, like, yeah, if you do it properly, you can change people's minds about how they feel about piercings. So just trying to do my part for the piercing community. If you guys have any questions, let me know. If you like videos like this, let me know and I'll make some more. Send me a message, leave me a comment. Thanks so much for watching, guys. Hope you have a good day. Bye. I love you.